The skies above Metropolis had always been a sanctuary of peace, a vast expanse that mirrored the calm confidence of the city's protector. But on that fateful day, the heavens darkened, not by storm or shadow, but by a force ancient and divine, a power that rivaled even the might of Krypton's last sun. From beyond the horizon, thunder crackled not as nature's song, but as the herald of wrath. The world was about to witness a clash unlike any before, the battle between Superman and Black Adam. It began with a tremor that rippled through the streets, shattering windows and sending flocks of birds spiraling into chaos. The people of Metropolis looked upward, as they always did when danger struck, searching for the red and blue silhouette that had so often been their salvation. And there he was, Superman, descending from the clouds, his cape flowing like a banner of hope against the encroaching storm. His eyes narrowed, his senses sharp. He could feel it, a surge of power, raw and unyielding, unlike anything he had faced since his earliest battles. From the horizon came a streak of golden lightning that tore through the sky like a divine blade. The bolt struck the earth with such ferocity that the ground split open, hurling debris into the air. When the dust settled, he stood there, Black Adam, the fallen champion of Kondak, his eyes burning with a mixture of anger and pride. His armor gleamed with an otherworldly sheen, and his aura pulsed with the energy of gods long forgotten. He was no ordinary foe. He was the embodiment of vengeance, a man who believed himself the rightful wielder of divine might. Superman hovered above, scanning him with both caution and curiosity. He knew of Adam's legend, a man once chosen by the same wizard who had granted young Billy Batson his powers as Shazam. But while Billy had chosen compassion, Adam had embraced rage. His heart was a battlefield of grief and retribution. For ages, he had warred against oppression, but his methods had drowned in blood and fury. Their eyes met, two titans of unmatched strength, bound by destiny yet divided by ideology. For Superman, power was a gift meant to protect. For Adam, it was a weapon forged to rule. The first impact was cataclysmic. The ground shook as Superman dove with the speed of sound, his fist connecting with Adam's chest in a thunderous explosion. The shockwave leveled an entire block of the city, sending cars and debris flying like leaves in a storm. Yet Adam did not fall. Instead, he caught Superman by the arm, twisting his body with inhuman precision, and hurled him through a skyscraper. Glass and steel rained down like shards of judgment. Before the wreckage had even touched the ground, Superman burst through it, his eyes glowing with heat vision. Twin beams of crimson energy blazed through the smoke, striking Adam squarely. The ancient warrior roared as the energy burned against his chest, but he countered with a bolt of magical lightning that split the air, engulfing Superman in golden fire. The clash of their powers tore through the city's heart. Buildings crumbled, streets cracked, the sky itself seemed to recoil. For every blow Superman landed, Adam returned too. The man from Krypton was strength incarnate, but Adam's power was laced with magic, the one force that could wound even him. High above the city, they collided again, their fists meeting midair in an explosion that turned the clouds to ash. Lightning and heat vision intertwined, swirling into a vortex of blinding light. Below, the people of Metropolis could do nothing but watch as gods waged war above their heads. Superman fought with restraint, his every movement driven by the desire to minimize destruction. Adam fought without mercy, his rage fueled by centuries of pain and betrayal. He saw in Superman not a hero, but a hypocrite, a being who wielded godlike strength while pretending to be human. The battle carried them to the outskirts of the city, where barren land replaced steel and concrete. There, freed from the limits of collateral damage, they unleashed their full fury. Superman's punches tore through mountainsides. Adam's lightning split rivers and scorched forests. The air trembled with energy, and even the clouds began to swirl around them like witnesses to divine wrath. Superman knew he could not match Adam's magical might, but he could outlast him. Adam's strength, though immense, came with a cost. Every surge of divine power burned through his mortal shell. The longer he fought, the more his body trembled beneath the weight of his own fury. Yet Superman too was fading. His suit was torn, his skin bruised, his cape tattered. His breath came heavy, each movement slower than the last. For all his resolve, he was not invincible. He could feel the strain of battle wearing him down. But surrender was never an option. Adam struck again, driving him into the ground with a thunderous blow. The earth cracked beneath Superman's body. As Adam raised his hand for the final strike, lightning gathered around him, forming a weapon of pure energy. He looked down at the Kryptonian, not with hatred now, but with something else. Recognition. For in Superman's eyes, he saw the same pain he had once known, the burden of power, the loneliness of being more than human. The hesitation cost him. In that fleeting moment of reflection, Superman surged upward, channeling every ounce of strength he had left into a single, devastating punch. The impact created a shockwave that echoed across miles, flattening the earth around them. Adam was hurled backward, crashing into the mountainside, the lightning around him flickering and fading. When the dust cleared, both warriors stood barely. Neither had won. Both had lost something in the battle. Superman's body was battered, but his spirit remained unbroken. Adam's pride had been pierced, not by defeat, but by realization. He looked at the hero before him and saw not an enemy, but a mirror. Two beings from different worlds, cursed and blessed with the power to change them. Superman, ever the beacon of restraint and hope, represented what Adam could have been, had he not been consumed by rage. As the wind carried away the smoke and ash, Adam turned his gaze toward the distant horizon. There was no need for words. His silence was an acknowledgement, a surrender not of strength, but of purpose. He rose into the sky, his figure swallowed by the clouds, leaving only faint traces of golden lightning in his wake. Superman stood alone amidst the ruin, surveying the broken land. The city had suffered, but it had survived. And in that survival lay his purpose, to endure, to rebuild, to hope. He knew this would not be the last time power would challenge power, or that righteousness would stand tested against wrath. But he also knew that every battle fought in defense of life, no matter how devastating, reaffirmed why he was who he was. The people of Metropolis would soon rebuild their homes. The skies would clear, life would return, and somewhere far away, in the ancient deserts of Kondak, a man once called a god would ponder the path he had chosen, and the light he had glimpsed in the heart of the Man of Steel. For the clash between Superman and Black Adam was not merely a battle of strength. It was a struggle between belief and fury, between the weight of power and the burden of morality. It was the story of two gods who sought humanity in their own ways, one through compassion, the other through control.
Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe if you like videos like this. Thank you.